Welcome back to Slushie Review. This is Keith,
And this is Chris.
and today we are reviewing the 2002 classic Spider-Man, the original of the originals.
Yes.
I guess X-Men's really the original, though. It came out in '99.
Mm.
So, the better original? I don't know. Spider-Man was beloved. Is beloved.
Oh, yeah, still is.
So, even though X-Men, I know I went to the movies. I know I went to the movies for that. I don't know if I went to the movies for Spider-Man.
I don't remember. I know I went into the drive-in to see Spider-Man 2.
That could be, yeah, we used to go to drive-in a lot, so that could be true for me as well. But I know I went to X-Men. I went to the theater. I was like, this is great.
I know I went to the theater to see X-Men 3, because I'm pretty sure it came out, like, right when I graduated high school.
It's also fair.
People went to the theater to see that instead of going to the after-grad party.
Obviously.
And instead, I stayed up all night through the after-grad party where you get like, locked into school, hung out with my friends, and then we went and saw X-Men. Like, as soon as that ended, we went and saw the earliest showing of X3 that we could see. And it was amazing.
So good. X3 was good.
Yes.
Even though it gets a bad rap. I think a lot of the third movies get bad raps.
Yeah.
But I think that's back in the day. Third movies now.
I mean, I feel like it's hard to finish up something like that.
It's not.
Like, when you start so good with, like, the first Spider-Man, first X-Men, and then, like, arguably get better in Spider-Man 2, X2, and then they're like, oh, let's try to do a shit ton of stuff in the third one. I feel like that's where they trip themselves up, because they always try to do a lot, or actually always, in those two movies, they try to do a lot of stuff in X3 and Spider-Man 3.
Well, honestly, if you think about it, all the third movies, they try to do too much.
Yeah.
And just the rumors about this new Spider-Man coming out, listen, I get an update from Twitter every day about the new fucking Spider-Man that pisses me off.
I'm trying not to see them, but I see them.
You can't not, because it's literally everywhere. And they're like, oh, this person's going to be in it. This person's in it. Well, this person might be in it.
Yeah.
No, they're not in it. Okay, but they're going to be in it, though. And then these people are talking about
And
it.
now the person's denying that they're in it, which only serves to fuel the flames. And some people are like, oh, they're definitely in it now.
Same.
I don't know what to believe.
I
just want to see it.
Yeah,
I just want to see it.
That's it. I just want to watch it.
They could all be in it. They could none of them be in it except for Tom Holland.
Right.
And I'll still see it.
And Zendaya. That's it.
Yep.
That's all I need. And Ned. I like Ned.
Yes.
He's cool.
The guy in the chair.
He's funny.
And maybe Jon Favreau. Maybe Happy.
I like Happy.
Yeah, I like
Happy's fun. Happy's fun. But still.
Can't throw a shield worth a damn, but
You know.
Who among us can? Not me. Not us.
Who would have thought? Not me.
Not me.
But we've talked about this before. The spoilers at this point, that's what's making everybody's thought process on these movies bad. Like, I can't even remember a superhero movie that's come out, maybe Endgame, but that wasn't really spoiled, though. But it was, like you said, because of Spider-Man. So
yeah, just be like the confirmed existence of movies coming up for characters that were presumed dead.
Yeah. And so I personally feel like the spoilers and the assumption of these movies, they are giving the movies a bad rap, because you're not surprised anymore.
Yeah.
Like, there's no, like, I'm trying to think of a movie back in the day. Everything about X-Men, I had no idea. No clue. Even from like, Wolverine, like, seeing Jubilee in the first X-Men, but like
in the background.
Yeah, in the background. Yeah. I'm like, oh shoot, I know who that is.
Yeah.
Like, okay, like, oh, I know who that is. Like, X-Men 2?
Or Iceman was in the first one for like 10 seconds, and they didn't touch him until the second one when he was all up in the movie.
All up in the movie.
Great.
Pyro.
Yeah.
Oh, it was great. And then X-Men 3 had everybody.
Yes.
But that's part of what we're talking about, them doing too much.
And Beast.
Yeah, and then Beast was so good.
I stand by the fact that Beast is the best part of X-Men 3, and I will debate with anyone on that. Honestly, for me at least.
X-Men 3. Yes. He's one of the... I like Angel.
Oh, definitely.
I like... honestly, Iceman and Pyro. They were great.
Yeah, that was really good. The Danger Room scene at the beginning is incredible.
Oh, with the Sentinels?
Oh, he lights his cigar off the car fire.
Bro.
And has Colossus throw him into the cloud of smoke, and then that Sentinel head comes out of nowhere. Great. But I mean, like, just aside from individual scenes or little bits, I'm like, oh, beast. For me, at least. Yeah.
I like Kitty Pryde.
Also.
But I liked Kitty Pryde, back then. I like the actor now. Like, yeah, he's great.
Yep.
But bringing Kitty Pryde back later in the
Days of Future Past,
I was just like, that's a good callback. I liked it.
They brought Iceman back in it too.
Yeah, they did. They killed him off real quick though.
Yeah,
not quick, but they killed everybody. To be fair,
it's pretty quick.
Yeah, those Sentinels were tough.
Yeah.
I didn't necessarily like the look of them.
No. I like the look of like the 70s style Sentinels way better because they look more like the ones I saw in the cartoons and games and shit.
And they kind of brought a little bit of that back in Days of Future Past.
Yeah, that was
Yeah, why did they change it though?
Because in Days of Future Past, in like the future parts, they were the adaptive Sentinels made from Mystique's like genetic material.
That's fair.
And then like in the 70s parts, they were like the old clunky ones with like the big air vents in their chest. But I thought they looked so cool.
Yeah, they were good.
The ones in like the future ones to me didn't have like any personality. Yeah. They didn't have any like.
But I got why.
Oh yeah, they were murdering them.
I forgot.
They were way more effective.
They were killing.
Because when Iceman was trying to freeze it, it just set itself on fire and snapped his fucking head off and stepped on it.
Easy.
Incredible.
Yeah, when they stabbed that one girl through the portal.
Oh, dude.
It reminded me of Wolverine Origins when he was like, I forgot to tell you one thing. I know your moves. And I was like, oh, Will I Am? He's 2000 and late. Because he died. He got his spine snapped. I was like, yes. But that's what happened to the girl in the portal in Days of Future Past. She was like, oh. I felt like it was Spider-Man in Endgame. After the fact, but she was like, "Oh, with a kick, with a punch, and they got caught." Spider-Man got caught by a hand.
Imagine with, oh shit!
She got caught with a sword through the chest.
Oh man, I watched that just the other day at work. Like that scene, I was like, "Oh, here it comes!"
So
and then like they slow mode it too, where like she set the portal, and it like went the complete wrong direction. And then like she jumped through the one to save the kid, and it just got through it. Like it lost its arm, but it got her. Oh.
Great.
And then Bishop was out there. Oh, Bishop was looking
Which one was Bishop? Is that the with the locks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He like absorbs energy, like uses it to power up his gun. Oh,
yeah.
Bishop was cool.
To be fair, I agree. One of my favorite YouTubers said this. They said, shoot. Damn it, I can't think of his name. The guy in not Days of Future Past, First Class. He dies.
Darwin. The guy with the adaptive powers.
They were like, they did him so dirty. I was like, they did. Because he was
too strong, I guess.
Yeah, he's Darwin. Like, because it's funny, I was watching the thing, they're like, he adapts to things. He shouldn't have died. And I was like, hey, yeah. I was like, that's a good fucking point. And
they had to kill him somehow.
Yeah, man. Yeah, because he was too powerful. You can't have too much power. Either way.
Unless you're Kevin Bacon.
Well, yeah. Because, I mean, that's basically what his powers were. Like, what was he? What mutant was he? I didn't know he had a...
Oh, fuck.
Did he have a name?
I don't think he has, like, a mutant name. Wasn't he Sebastian Shaw?
Yeah, that was his... Yeah. Is he in the comics or what?
He leads... In the comics, he's, like, the Hellfire Club. He's, like, one of the bosses of the Hellfire Club, which is, like, a mutant gang.
Oh, okay.
But if I remember it, his power is like he just absorbs energy.
Yeah.
And can like redirect it, like similar to Bishop.
Yeah.
Eventually does.
Oh, okay. See, because he reminded me of more like Darwin, especially after he killed him. I was like, okay. But either way, I guess you're going to have one of those in one movie. So let's cast him to kill him. Dumb. Either way.
Somebody's got to die. Suicide Squad out here.
That's fair.
Which, if I can derail us real quick on that.
Are we not derailed?
We are. If I can further derail us on that. Of the 25 people in that fucking movie, who do you think is going to be the one that they kill off to show that they're going to die in the movie? That they could get killed? Which one of these huge celebrities and all these characters they put in this fucking movie do you think is going to be the one that gets killed off like Slipknot in the first one?
Oh, the new Suicide Squad?
Yeah, you think it's going to be Pete Davidson? You think it's going to be... It ain't going to be John Cena. He's already got a series lined up.
Do you want me to tell you who I think or who I hope?
Both.
You already know who I hope.
Well, you know it's not going to be them. Who do you think it's going to be?
It's somebody I've never heard of.
Okay.
Because there's like 10 people on it that I don't know.
Like characters or actors?
Yes. Yeah, there's a couple, especially like there's a couple CGI people. Yeah, they're probably going to die. Because I don't see why they would be alive. Honestly, I don't see why half the team won't die. You know?
That's fair.
Like it makes sense to me that half the team will die. So honestly, because they're bad guys. But then again, hey, why are they making it? Because the DCU is dead. So
yeah, only one of them got killed in the first one. So
well, the fire monster died. He killed himself, but he died.
Yeah, but I meant like they got their head blown off by the thing.
Yeah. Oh well, I don't know if that's the same. If it's going to be the same premise though? As far as like them being controlled by.
They're gonna fight the giant fucking starfish monster, and it's gonna look weird, and I want to see it. I want to see the shark. I want to see King Shark. I want to see Sly Stallone being a big fucking shark person eating people.
Yeah, I seen the trailer and I was like, oh, okay, I'll watch it. I'm gonna watch these movies.
We'll watch it.
Like Black Widow, I'm gonna watch it. If I want to or not is a different story.
I'm going to see it. I'm going to complain the whole time.
Yes. If everybody can do it, why can't I?
The Marvel thing starts up. Here we go.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Again.
Oh, boy. God.
So, Spider-Man, huh?
Yeah, let's talk about that. Sorry.
No. It's not your fault. I asked about X-Men. You're good. Let's see. Before we get started, today is brought to you by Slushies, red and blue slushies.
Yeah,
blue raspberry and cherry.
Delicious.
They are so good. That was a good point. You said it. You're like, I wish we got swear. And it's funny because I was thinking it, and you said it, and I was like, I was thinking that earlier. And so I did it.
There you go.
Made 2. So good times.
Expert slushy chef Keith.
Damn right.
Made 2 flavors.
Damn right. I did.
2 flavors.
It took a while, but it didn't take that long. But anyway, we're gonna get into Spider-Man after this. Thank you for listening. We definitely appreciate it. Make sure you follow us at Slushie Review on Twitter at Slushie Review. You can also check us out on YouTube. Just search Slushie Review. We pop up. We're the first result. And then check us out on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, Google Podcasts, wherever you get your podcasts. And also, coming soon, Instagram. Follow us on IG.
The gram.
At Slushie Review Podcast.
Yes.
We just started it. Need some followers. Need some likes. All right. Good job, Keith. Again, as usual.
Always.
Usual. But let's get into this cast of Spider-Man 2002. First up, we have young Tobey Maguire playing a 17-year-old in high school. He plays Peter Parker Spider-Man.
Come on.
Let's see. Next up, we have William Dafoe. He plays Norman Osborn, who looks like Peter Parker.
Say it.
Is something of a scientist himself.
There it is.
Good
Classic.
He also is the Green Goblin. Next up, we have I can't even think of a good word.
Comparable?
Incomparable. Oscar winning. Is she ever won an Oscar?
Really?
I don't know. I made that up.
Oh.
Razzie Award winning.
I mean, she's probably got more. She has more of anything than I'll ever have. So
she has 39 wins. It doesn't say of what, but she has 3 Golden Globes. Good for her.
There it is.
Horrible in this movie, but we'll get to that. Kirsten Dunst, right? Not Kristen. Kirsten Dunst.
Yes.
She plays Mary Jane Watson. MJ for short.
MJ, if you're nasty.
I'm not.
I'm not.
No, thank you. Next up, we have James Franco. He is Harry Osborn, Norman Osborn's son. I see the resemblance. Such is life. Playing a dead man. Sorry, I'm sorry. That's rude.
Not the whole time.
No. Not just any time.
He was alive. Only when he was dead.
Cliff Robinson plays Ben Parker. Uncle Ben, as they call him.
Good man.
Not the Rice, no relation.
Ben Parker, no relation.
Same. Next up, we have Rosemary Harris. She plays Aunt May Parker, Ben's wife, and Peter Parker's aunt. Next up, star of the show, J.K. Simmons.
There it is.
J. Jonah Jameson.
Yes.
Just the best. Next up, we've already had him on the podcast once. Joe Magnalia.
Couple times.
Magnello. I don't know how to say his name.
We've had him on a couple times.
Yeah. Rampage.
As our guest.
And Deathstroke.
Yep.
I still want to say Deathstroke. Every goddamn time I'm like, no, it's Deathstroke. Then when I say it, I look at you like, Then you're like, yeah, I'm like, okay, good. Like you acknowledge I'm saying the right thing, so I'm like, okay, good. Deathstroke. He plays a young Flash Thompson as well. I think Peter Parker was older. Let's see. I'm gonna skip a couple people. Next up, I want to name Bill Nunn. He played Joseph Robbie Robertson. He was kind of like the assistant editor or something of the not Daily Planet.
Daily Bugle.
Daily Bugle. He played Radio Raheem. Have you ever heard of that before?
No.
Radio Raheem is from the movie Do the Right Thing, made in 1989 by Spike Lee. Radio Raheem it's 2021. Let's just say that right now.
Okay.
If you don't know. This movie was made in 1989. 1989.
Okay.
So almost, what was that, 32 years ago. Do the Right Thing is about a black community coming together because Radio Raheem is shot by who? The police.
I was going to say.
Yep.
Give me two guesses.
I'll give you two.
And the first one doesn't count.
The first one doesn't count. But yes. So it's actually more about a lot of things, but yes, Radio Raheem dies. And so the community comes together. But let me tell you a couple of the people who are in it, though. Ozzie Davis, you ever heard of him? He is a jazz musician. Ruby Dee, I believe, also a musician. Giancarlo Esposito. Yep, he was young in this movie. Spike Lee's in it. Bill Nunn, Radio Raheem. John Turturro's in it.
Oh.
Frankie Faison, you remember him from Coming to America.
Yes.
He was the apartment owner. Let's see, Robin Harris, he made Baby Kids. Let's see, Samuel Jackson's in it. Did I say Spike Lee?
Yep.
Spike Lee. Samuel Jackson, Rosie Perez. Martin Lawrence. Let's see, who else? I know there's one more that I'm missing. But either way, so yeah, like it's a movie. I've seen it. I don't remember most of it, but I do remember Radio Raheem dies. I think he gets shot by the cops. I really don't know. Honestly, I forget. But I'm pretty sure that's what happened. But it's definitely a very explosive film. So I just wanted to say that because I like Bill Nunn. He's been in a couple other things too, and I liked him. So I wanted to really mention him.
He looked familiar, but I
can't think of anything else been in.
I mean, I'm not looking. I should look through his thing before I say that. But he looks very familiar. Like I have seen him in something. It's probably just this and the other Spider-Man movies, like the first 3 Spider-Mans that I remember him from.
Yeah, that's fair. I can't tell you anything else he's been in that I know you've seen. He was a Money Train. Seen that?
I haven't seen that yet.
Such a good movie. But he was in Sister Act, the first one.
That's it.
Is that it?
He was the He was the cop.
He was a cop.
To help get her in witness protection.
Yep.
There it is.
There it is.
God damn it.
Yep.
You did it. You son of a gun.
You son of a bitch.
You bitch.
Yeah, there you go. So
there it is.
You know,
that was a good movie, though. I did like Sister Act.
Sister Act was great. Sister Act 2 was better, but Sister Act 1 was great.
Yes.
Did you know that Whoopi Goldberg has an EGOT?
Yes. I think you told me about that.
Did I tell you about that?
I think so.
Guess how? Did I tell you how she won her Grammy? Grammys for like music.
Yeah.
Did I tell you how?
Mm-mm.
Best comedy album. She's a stand-up. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's how she got it back
Good for
in
her.
the 80s, I believe.
Good for her.
That's what led her into all these movies. That
Nice.
Because if you think about it, the early 90s, she was in like almost every movie.
Yeah, she's in a ton of shit.
Ton of movies. So yeah, best comedy album.
Nice.
Yep, absolutely. So first African American female to win it was Whoopi Goldberg.
Nice.
Second one, why am I forgetting her name? It was this year. Tiffany Haddish.
Oh,
Won it this year.
I'm guessing the Grammy part was similar. Was it a comedy album? Nice.
Mm-hmm. Yep, she was the second African American female to win it. And the first was Whoopi Goldberg. Yeah, crazy.
Whoopi Goldberg's pretty good company to be in.
Listen, absolutely. She has an EGOT. I know John Legend has one too. Yeah. And obviously his was for a lot of soundtrack stuff, but an EGOT's an EGOT.
Yeah.
Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, Tony. Come on. That's, yeah.
I never heard that term until 30 Rock. When Tracy Morgan's character is trying to get one.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, yes, I remember that. It's weird. I've never seen that show, but I remember that. It's funny. Either way, off topic. Way off topic. Next up, we have Ron Perkins. Ron Perkins is Dr. Wendell Strom. Me and Chris remember him from Parks and Rec.
Yes.
He played an old guy trying to date Leslie.
You fell asleep with Taste My Chicken. Taste my chicken. Taste my chicken. You fell asleep at the concert.
At the concert.
Look
at
at
the
me.
rock concert.
Look at me. Out like a light.
Same.
Sorry, senior moment.
Let's see. Next up is Michael Papajohn. He is the famed carjacker with the blonde highlights in this movie. Next up. Elizabeth Banks. Oh, I'm sorry. I skipped somebody, but let's go. I'll go Elizabeth Banks. She plays Betty Brant. I love Elizabeth Banks. She can do no wrong for me. She was in... First thing I ever saw her in, 40-year-old version. You ever seen that?
Oh, definitely, but I can't remember who she was in that. Was she the one that threw up on him in the car?
No, that's Leslie Mann.
Okay.
Elizabeth Banks is the one who was like super horny and was in the tub touching herself, and then he left and all the other guys came in, and then he was like, this is too much for me. And then Seth Rogen stayed behind like, I'm walking there. Yeah.
I need to see that
She
movie
was a
again.
lot.
It's been a long time since I watched that movie.
But she's always funny. Okay, so she was also in Power Rangers, the new one, 2016 or 17, whatever it came out. She was Rita Repulsa. I thought she did good. Do you remember the Power? Did you watch it?
I went and saw it in the theater. I need to watch it again, honestly.
Okay.
Because mostly the main part that I remember is when they're all in their Zords and the old theme song, like a revamp version of the old theme song starts playing, and I was just like, I need more of this in this movie.
That's true. They were doing a lot of setup, and then
they never... And here we are, like,
5
years later. Granted, there was a Panini, so, you know...
Yes.
Who knows when, if ever, if it'll come back again.
I agree.
If they did, if they do... Because they set up for that Green Ranger.
They did.
I want to see that fucking Dragon Zord.
Yes.
That's how I want to see it.
Ooh, what if they make a Lord Zed?
Dude, Zed and a Green Ranger Dragon Zord in the second one. You got a ticket from me.
At the end, he better turn to the White Ranger.
You got a ticket from me.
Oh,
honestly.
Absolutely.
I'm sorry, Jaren. Green Ranger was way cooler than the White Ranger for me. But
Green Ranger was better. I like the White Ranger, don't get me wrong. The Green Ranger was better because he turned evil.
Yeah, because he was evil.
And he was kicking ass.
He beat all their asses.
There is a TikTok
at
of
once.
that scene where somebody's... Did I send it to you?
Yeah, like he breaks into the Megazord head. He's like, he's in there, he's in there. And he starts throwing them all out. And he like fucking throws them all out of the thing one by one. And he's beating all their asses. Incredible.
And then it's like, the guy goes, he's like, everybody gets in their Zord. Where does he go? He stands on the shoulder. He's a badass. And I'm like, he was. He absolutely was. And then when he came back as a White Ranger, I was like, I love Tommy. Tommy was always good.
He was cool. Like, honestly, I don't think the White Ranger was lame, but Green was just so much cooler. And honestly, I mean, granted, I may be on record somewhere saying the White Ranger is lame, but that's only in comparison to the Green Ranger.
That's fair. Here's my thing. If I had to, I'm not going to rank them all because there were a couple people forgettable, in my opinion.
Billy, number one for me.
So I didn't care. It's not that I didn't care for Billy, but he just wasn't.
Is it because Triceratops is not the coolest dinosaur?
Listen.
Because it is not. But he was my favorite ranger.
Sorry, I just think about that scene. This is the best scene ever.
Any dinosaur that ever existed.
He walks right into it. He doesn't even see it coming.
Seen that coming.
It's so good. Fucking Dwight. Why's she office? It would go either White or Green Ranger. And then, honestly, the Black Ranger for me.
He was awesome.
Because he used to breakdance fight.
Yes.
And it was so good.
He's like a close third for me after Green Ranger Tommy. Because for one, he could dance fight. He had a fucking axe that also was a gun.
Yes, he did.
I mean, everybody had a gun, but like he had an axe that turned into a fucking shotgun.
I agree.
He was awesome.
And then after that, it was like pink, then red. I didn't like red because I was supposed to like
It's
red.
It's going to be Starburst all over again at this point.
That's fair. But I didn't like red because I was supposed to like him, and I was like, you're pushing him too hard.
The leader's never the coolest one.
Yeah, I agree.
Leonardo's never the coolest Ninja Turtle.
Well, that's not
Jason's
true.
never the coolest Power Ranger.
Captain America.
Fuck, you're right.
That's the first thing I thought of. I was like, yeah, well,
you got me there.
But that's the exception that proves the rule.
There it is.
You
got me there because Steve Rogers can do no wrong.
I say that anytime
at least
I'm wrong.
Chris Evans, Steve Rogers can do no wrong in my eyes.
What's his name can't do any wrong either. Not anymore. Sam can do no wrong in my eyes.
Oh no. He never had.
Yeah, exactly.
He never did.
Well, you just said like Steve Rogers, Captain America. I was like, well, no.
Oh, sorry, I forgot. Yeah,
the new Captain America.
Well, I didn't. I meant not to confuse him with like comic book Captain America.
Oh, okay.
Or other things, but yeah, Steve Rogers.
Okay.
No wrong.
That's
Sam
fair.
Wilson. Honestly, same because
now,
he hasn't done anything yet. Fuck John Walker.
Same. But U.S. Agent.
He's still a murderer.
I'm
he's still John Walker. I mean, if he's just going to embrace the fact that he's a piece of shit and do the dirty work, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine, but embrace it first like he did eventually. No, Bill be like, hey, I'm Captain America. I'm going to murder somebody in the street.
Yeah. I was thinking about
Respect me.
And I'm going to bring up Batman real quick. But I was thinking about this. Why do we like villains more than the heroes? Because we do. Maybe not we, me, you, but like we in general. And the reason why I bring up Batman is because the Dark Knight trilogy, as good as it was, Batman was not the best thing about any of them.
I probably couldn't name you a Batman movie where I thought Batman was the best part of his movie.
Facts.
Except for Batman versus Superman. But I don't count that as like a Batman movie.
He was good. But
for me, he was the best part of it because I don't like Superman.
But, Chris,
I'm not going to say he could beat him in a fight.
Superman was the best part of the movie. He was good. He was good. He was damn good. And he put he didn't cut the wire. He climbed over the wire and he laid down on the grenade that is called a abomination. Forget that name all the time.
No. Doomsday.
See, yeah. I knew I forgot it.
Doomsday, yeah.
He laid his life down.
Yes, he did.
And then he came back and he was a beast in both Justice Leagues.
Yes. Bo Fum.
Even though this is not a Superman, this is a Spiderman podcast today, this point. But every other day it could be a Superman. I'm cool with that. Anyway, let's get back to this cast. Bruce Campbell. Bruce Campbell's next up. He's the ring announcer. The incomparable, really incomparable Bruce Campbell.
So good.
He's always good in this movie. In the Spider-Man movies.
He's in all three of these.
He is.
We'll see him again soon.
Yes. Yes, we will. That is factuals. Oh, shoot. Sorry. Okay. Last, certainly not least.
Oh.
What? Did I miss mine? Those are the first two.
I know I feel like there's one you want to mention.
Yes.
Because we were surprised by it. Unless that's the one you were doing now.
No.
Okay.
No. I was doing Bonesaw. Bonesaw McGraw.
Yes.
Is played by Randy Savage.
Yes.
The literal, incomparable Randy Savage.
Yes.
He's the best.
As you may know him, the Macho Man.
He's the best. He's just so good.
Ooh, yeah. Macho madness coming at you.
I've always liked Randy Savage.
How could I not?
Yeah, that's fair.
Him and Hogan, get the fuck out of here, Hogan. Even back in the day before it was revealed he was a piece of shit.
I agree.
It was always the Macho Man.
Even my son, I was like, that is he. I was like, that's Randy Savage. He was like, he usually wears pink, and I'm like, he did.
He usually wears like pink or green or some neon ass color. But he was in this movie. He was black and white. And we were both like, he was NWO Macho Man.
NWO Macho Man. Even better. So I said last but not least, but not last at all. Let's go a couple more.
But still not least.
Yeah, these people are not least either. Octavia Spencer, love her. She was the check-in girl. The first time I think I've ever seen her in a movie was this movie, and then I seen her in 1,000 movies after that, and I was like, hey, I know her. And I actually want to watch. There's a movie that came out called Thunder Force. It came out on Netflix. I kind of want to watch it.
Her and Melissa McCarthy.
Yep. Oh, she was in The Witches. Okay. I want to watch The Witches, but I don't. You ever heard of it? It's about...
Oh, is that the one with Anne Hathaway that everybody got mad at her?
Yes. I don't know why was everybody mad at her?
It was something about like her character has either like is missing a finger or has like an extra finger or has like some kind of differential formation on her hands, and people thought that it was ableist of the movie to have someone have that depicted as like a character flaw. Even though I think the character is evil anyway. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know why people get mad anymore.
So this was a reboot movie.
Which I'd never heard of it to begin with.
Yes. The first movie came out in the 80s or early 90s. And I remember watching it because it's about these witches who they eat children, but they turn them into rats or something, or like little mice or something they turn them into. Okay. And so this was a reboot of that, and Anne Hathaway is the main witch. And what the thing is that when they eat these children or take their souls or something to turn them into rats, the witches become younger. Okay. They become younger looking. They don't look like witches. They look like everyday people. And then when the witches meet up, this is the only thing I remember from the old movies. When the witches meet up, they take off their prosthetics. So they take off their face, they take off their nail, they take off their hands, because it's all fake. Because they're trying to eat the children to become younger. Okay. And so her deformity is because she's old and decrepit and hasn't eaten any children. But then she looks like Anne Hathaway when she does eat the children or whatever the case may be. So that doesn't... Here's my thing about that. I don't believe there's a thing as cancel culture. I think some things just should be done with and we should get over it. And I don't think there are things. I do believe in like ableism and things like that. I definitely agree with that. I do believe that, like in the movie Godzilla vs. Kong, like the little girl, apparently she wasn't deaf, but her family is deaf, so she knew how to sign. That's how she knew it. They didn't have to teach her. She already knew. She might have been deaf. I don't know. I read about that. Her family definitely was. I'm cool with that.
Like the actress, yes. The girl in life.
Absolutely. Okay. Here's my thing, though. I hear people getting upset about her having a deformity or being handicapped, and in real life she's not. I understand that. I get what you're saying. That makes sense. The issue is you wouldn't have saw it if it wasn't Anne Hathaway. You wouldn't have watched it.
Hmm.
It's like the movie with Kevin Hart and the guy from Breaking Bad. I can't think of his real name. Walt from Breaking Bad.
Yeah, Bryan Cranston.
He was in a movie where he was in a wheelchair.
Yes.
It was him and Kevin Hart. That movie, not saying it would have been good with somebody really in a wheelchair, but it wouldn't have got the exposure.
That's fair.
And that's the only thing. Like, I understand. Like, I'm not saying you shouldn't cast, but some parts, like if it's a side part, or even if it's not like the main character, they cast these main characters to get the marketing for them. Why wouldn't they?
Yeah.
You know, I get it. I understand, but there's a difference, though. For example, Halle Berry got casted for a movie last year. She got casted for it, and then she turned it down because she was supposed to play a transgender woman, and she was like, "I'm not right for this." Mm-hmm. Okay, that's fine. That's exact. I agree, because there are actresses who are trans women who have a big name. Maybe not big as Halle Berry,
right? But
at least they have a big name, you know. So it's not like they couldn't find one,
right?
You know what I'm saying? So that's just what I feel about it. I could be wrong,
yeah,
but it's not me. So either way, back to Octavia Spencer. She also was in a Madam C.J. Walker biography, and she played Madam C.J. Walker. Either way, she's great. Next up, Macy Gray. She played herself. She was a singer. Next up after that, Sarah Ramirez. She was a cop at a carjacking or something.
Mm-hmm.
She is Ali Torres in Grey's Anatomy. I used to watch Grey's Anatomy.
Okay.
She was definitely a main character in Grey's Anatomy, and she had a really small part in this movie. So I saw that, and I wanted to mention her. Last but not least, Lucy Lawless, young Diane, young Xena Warrior Princess.
Yep.
Young Princess Diana in Xena Warrior Princess played a 3-second part of a punk rock girl.
Mm-hmm.
I used to love watching Xena Warrior Princess. Great movie. TV show. Maybe movie, I don't know. But she was amazing. She was also in Parks and Rec.
Yep.
As Diane. She married Ron.
She married your boy Ron Swanson.
It was R to the O to the N and N. Diane Lewis.
Oh, I thought you were going to do the roast.
No, I wasn't going to say the whole thing. I forgot.
Swanson's got swagger the size of Big Ben clock.
You can stop it. I know. She was in Battlestar Galactica. Hilarious.
She was in the 2012 Ninja Turtles show.
I just saw that too, yeah.
I don't remember her character based on the name, but she was in it.
She played Wonder Woman in the Justice League cartoon.
There you go.
2008. See, this yes. I love her. I think she's great.
What's not to like?
I don't know.
I couldn't tell you because I don't know it.
Same. Okay, other than that, I'm going to go with this cast. We're far too long. We've just been talking. That's all I got.
I mean, that's what we do.
That's fair. That's all I got. Let's go to the plot, finally, with Chris.
Oh, shit. It's my turn. All right.
Spider-Man.
Oh, boy. All right.
Wow.
X-Men. Here we go. No, all right. So it starts out with Peter Parker, high school nerd, Peter Parker, science nerd, school newspaper photographer nerd, Peter Parker,
Spider nerd,
goes on a field trip to the science, I can't remember the name of it, the big science center in New York City. Him and his class of other 40-year-old actors go on a field trip. So Peter, Mary Jane Watson, Flash Thompson, and Harry Osborn and the extras are there to see all of the genetic research going on at this laboratory on spiders. They have all these different kinds of spiders that can jump really high or spin different kinds of webs or just really fast or have can camouflage, even though he doesn't learn how to do that. Young Miles Morales would learn how to do that eventually. You find all these different spiders that they have genetically combined their traits into 15 individual spiders. There's only 14 accounted for in the tanks, as Mary Jane Watson so eloquently points out by counting. And one of the scientists is like, shut up, kid. One of the real scientists probably has them. I'm just a tour guide. This way to the gift shop. And Peter's like, well, let me get some photos of you, MJ, in front of the things for the school paper, because I'm a lovesick puppy teenager who's in his early 30s at this point, probably. Let me get some photos for you. So she's hamming it up for the camera, and I was laughing because it was funny. She was hamming it up, and the spider lands on Keith's favorite actress, ladies and gentlemen. And the spider lands on his hand. He notices it, bites him, and the rest is history.
As they say.
He comes home, goes straight to bed, says, fuck you, Uncle Ben and Aunt May. I don't want to talk to you old people. I'm going to bed. Wakes up the next morning, and he is different. He has muscles. He doesn't need... Well, I mean, he already had muscles, but he has, like, defined muscles. He has no need for his glasses. He puts his glasses on and sees worse. He can shoot webs out of his hands, out of his wrists, I should say. He can cling to walls. He has a precognitive ability to sense danger approaching. He's super strong, super agile, and he's a Spider-Man. So Spider-Man goes to school the next day and makes an ass of the school bully, Flash Thompson. And it's great. He does, experiments with his powers a little bit, finds out that he can swing, he can stick to walls, do all this other stuff. He eventually finds out that his best friend's dad is a crazy person. Norman Osborn has a company called Oscorp where he's been running experiments for, what do they call them? Performance enhancers, steroids, super juicing steroids in gas form. And his company's funding is going to get pulled if he doesn't pull out some results soon. From, was it the military? They look like military people.
Yeah, they were military. The government.
Yeah, the government, the bad guys.
Always.
They're never the good guys.
No,
they were like, all right, we're going to pull your funding if you don't produce some results. So
mission accomplished.
They can't get any test subjects, volunteers. He says, fuck it, we'll do it live, and does it himself. Puts himself in the chair, gets gassed, dies, is dead. And good old, I can't remember the guy's name, Dr. Strom comes in and, like, with some quick chest compressions, brings him back, and gets killed for his efforts, gets straight up fucking murdered. Because should have went to that rock show. Gets killed. Willem Dafoe's character blacks out. Norman Osborn blacks out. Wakes up the next day, fully clothed in his home, having murdered a man. And the rest of the movie kind of drifts in and out of consciousness, murdering people, and cackling like a crazy fucking person, and flying around on a glider in a Green Goblin suit, and setting buildings on fire and standing in them wrapped in a blanket waiting for spider people to find him so he can scare them.
As a young woman.
Hilarious.
As a woman in need.
Yes, it masquerades as a woman. I'm guessing he set that fire, because why else would he be there? It's like, aha!
There were a million house fires.
There was another one in the next one. He didn't set that one. Anywho,
he was there.
Peter's learning his powers. Willem Dafoe's running amok in the city of New York. Harry Osborn is learning that his father, he's known it for a while, his father doesn't care about him. It seems like Norman Osborn seems to like Peter more than he likes Harry, because he sees Harry as a piece of shit.
Well,
he's like, Harry's riding my coattails. Harry's coasting on my name.
Well,
and he's like, Peter, I can get you a job. He's like, I want to earn it myself. He's like, I respect that. And in the background, you kind of see Harry like, you motherfucker, you're my best friend, and I fucking hate you. So I kind of glossed over the part where Uncle Ben died, but we all knew it was coming anyway.
I forgot.
I also, unfortunately, I'm going to go back to that. Spider-Man cage match fights the Macho Man.
That's okay. That's a sin.
And
you definitely forgot.
I was going to cover it in my likes anyway, but we're going to do it now.
Yeah.
He fights the fucking Macho Man, and it's amazing. It's amazing.
It's a great time.
After he gets introed by Bruce Campbell, there's people who have headlined WrestleMania who don't have that in their fucking resume. So
Fair.
chalk that up, Spider-Man. You got that over everyone. So back to the plot. Harry hates Spider-Man. Doesn't know that he hates Peter yet, but he's getting there. Actually, no, reverse that. Hates Peter. He's getting to hate Peter. Doesn't know that he hates Spider-Man yet.
Yes.
He also doesn't know they're the same person.
Yes.
So Norman Osborn abducts Spider-Man after a house fire and says, we're not so different, you and I. we could you could team up with me, or you can keep being a hero and everyone's going to get caught in the crossfire and people are going to die because I'm not going to stop doing what I'm doing. I'm fucking crazy. So you can either team up with Crazy, or you can keep fighting Crazy and watch everyone around you die. Decide by the next time I see you. And he fucking shows up at his house later on in the movie to have dinner as Norman Osborn. Have Thanksgiving dinner with everybody after another run-in where he cut his arm, and then we find out Peter's upstairs the whole time, or Peter arrives upstairs, everyone goes upstairs and hears a noise. Peter's clinging to the ceiling and the blood drips from his arm as everyone leaves. Willem Dafoe hears it and gets very suspicious. And Peter comes down to dinner. He starts bleeding through his shirt. Aunt May calls him out because she's a fucking idiot and can't read the room. And then Willem Dafoe blows his fucking house up while Aunt May is saying her prayers. Puts 2 and 2 together and gets Spider-Man is Peter Parker. They have their final showdown. He kills himself trying to kill Peter / Spider-Man. As most villains do, destroys himself. He is hoisted on his own petard. And
You haven't said that in a while.
And he dies, and that's Spider-Man. And I think they're making a couple more, which we'll get to eventually.
Same.
But that's the plot. I've already done the cast, so why don't we get into some likes?
Let's get into some likes.
Let's do it. Who would like to go? Excuse me. Who'd like to go first?
Either way, you can go first.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I feel like we're gonna have the same likes.
First, it's gonna be a lot of them. Of the
same.
First like, Bonesaw McGraw. It's the Macho Man. It is exactly Macho Man Randy Savage.
Yes.
He doesn't. I don't know if he could change anything about himself to not be the Macho Man, but he is the Macho Man.
He can.
He sounds like him. He gestures like him. He gesticulates like him. He wiggles his fingers when he talks like him. He hits people with chairs.
Just like
he has shit-talking women, like ring girls, that threaten Spider-Man's life on his way down the ramp. The whole way, they're like, I'm going to rip your arms off, all 8 of them. He's going to kill you. You might as well give up right now. And then he gets in the ring. He's like, you're going nowhere. Yeah. You're all mine for 3 minutes. 3 minutes of playtime. Then he beats his ass with a chair. He hit Spider-Man.
So.
He wore that fucking chair out on Spider-Man after Spider-Man made a homophobic comment about him.
He did.
Yeah, he was like, "Oh, nice. That's a cute outfit. Did your husband give it to you?"
I noticed that.
And then he beat his ass with a chair for it. Mm-hmm. And then someone handed him a crowbar and said, "Kill him."
It's fair.
And he tried.
Mm-hmm.
And then he got fucking thrown into that like rebar steel cage, and he did not get up.
Yes.
The whole thing of him was great, but like when they were showing him fighting people, he pinned the one guy with the Macho Man signature move, this pointing to the heavens, and then dropped that fucking elbow on him.
Yep.
Pinned him 1, 2, 3. The next dude, he just fucking threw his ass out of the ring. He landed on his head, through a table, and paralyzed the man, apparently.
Yeah.
Because they're like, 1, 2, 3, he's not getting up. Winner. And then Peter's coming out of the ring, and the guy's like, my legs! I can't feel my legs! Because that's how you win a wrestling match, is you just fucking paralyze somebody.
Same.
That's how you really win. Because Spider-Man did not pin Bonesaw McGraw. He did not make him tap out. He threw his ass into the steel cage after he kicked him in the face like 4, 5, 6 times. Monkey flipped him into the steel cage, and he did not move.
Same.
And then the ref was like, 1, 2, 3, he might be dead. Ding, ding, ding. New champion Spider-Man.
Thanks.
Incredible. The fact that the crowd had all their signs, and they had their little hand saws that whenever they showed them, they were like sawing their arms, and that was so great. Because I'd been to indie wrestling shows, and no one's ever been that fired up about a wrestler, but they had been that mean. They're like, kill him! Fucking kill him!
Yeah.
It happens. People get real fired up over shit like that, and if I've been drinking, I get that way too. Because trust me, I've been to a couple shows where I had a couple margaritas ahead of time, so I could enjoy it more.
Sounds like a plan.
And I was a little rowdy. I wasn't saying fucking kill him, but I was yelling at a lot of people. So I love that scene in general. Next, J. Jonah Jameson.
Yes.
You knew it was coming.
Oh, no, absolutely.
How could it not?
Absolutely.
J. Jonah Jameson.
I say we tag table.
J.K. You want to?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's do it.
Okay.
Ooh.
So. Jinx, you owe me some Coke.
Oh. Pepsi.
No, your first Macho Man, same thing.
Yes.
I love Macho Man. He was great. Everything about him was great.
Yes.
Loved it. Second J. Jonah Jameson.
Yes.
He can't lose.
He's hilarious. He steals every scene that he's in.
Every single scene.
Everyone, every time was at Elizabeth Banks, like, boss, your wife's on the line. Tell her to get lost. Hangs up on her. She's always yelling at him. Fuck, I can't think of his name. Is it Robbie? Always runs in like, boss, we're like 5 minutes out of deadline. We'll think of something. I'll lowball you.
We're 4 minutes away.
4 minutes away. I'll give you $10 for that photo, Parker. What? That's ridiculous. 300.
300.
Take it or leave it. Okay.
All right, get out of here.
3 minutes left. Here you go. If that's how this paper operates, God help them all. Robbie's probably chugging a bottle of Pepto-Bismol every day because he's got fucking ulcers and all kinds of shit. This man has to be stressed.
And the only other person who upstages him is the other random guy who comes in and corrects him every time.
Or gets his ideas stolen by Jameson. Great. He was amazing.
It was so great. J. Jonah Jameson.
J. Jonah is perfect.
Oh, he was when you talk about the best casted person for a role. Him.
And they brought him back.
Yeah.
In at the end of Far From Home.
Far From Home.
So good. After almost 20 years after playing the part, 17, 18 years.
Something like that.
After playing that part for the last time, they brought him back, and he looked even better. It was perfect.
Absolutely. He did.
He was so good.
He was also in Batman.
Yes, he was. He was Commissioner Gordon. The commish.
The commish.
The commish.
Fair.
Podcast favorite, J.K. Simmons. Also podcast favorite, Macho Man Randy Savage.
Same.
Also podcast favorite, Willem Dafoe. As the Green Goblin.
Bingo. Same.
Yes.
Yes, I wrote William Dafoe, great villain. That's all I said.
Yeah.
He was perfect. Perfect casted.
Again, stole most of the scenes he was in. I'm something of a scientist myself. That alone, the memes that have come from that is great.
Yep.
When J. Jonah throws the fucking cigar out his window, his little cigar butt, throws it out the window as Peter's leaving the room, and it flops back on his desk. And you're like, what the hell is that?
It's funny you brought that up. That scene, did I send it to you, or you maybe send it to me, or I saw it on Facebook? Somebody showed J. Jonah Jameson being choked out by Green Goblin. It was like, he was no snitch.
Yeah.
And I was like, absolutely. Because I'll tell you what I would have done.
He just left.
That man is right there.
Yeah, because he's like, where's the photographer who gets the picture of Spider-Man? They come in the mail. Because he is a dirtbag, but he didn't sell him out.
No narc.
He didn't sell him out. And he could have. He wasn't on his payroll either. No. He was a freelancer.
He told him 1,000,000 times, you do not have a job.
Yeah, he's like, you don't have a job here. You're fired.
Money. You don't have a job.
Peter Parker, you're fired. You don't have a job here. You're rehired. And you're fired. Oh, so you don't work here. I'll send you some nice Christmas meats.
Guess who gets the permanent photograph position? It feels good.
Oh, yeah. Green Goblin was great. The cigar window bit. When he blows up the side of fucking May Parker's house while she's saying her prayers. And he just yells, "Finish it! Finish it!
Yeah, facts.
Deliver us from evil!" And he's just like, oh my God. Cracking me up. He is too good.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Willem Dafoe is too good.
He was good Just the entire movie was good. There was nothing about him that wasn't good. Even the ending was great.
Yeah.
Don't tell Harry.
Before he fucking dies. Oh. And he fucking impales himself with the glider.
Hilarious.
He had no exit strategy.
No. It was either...
He was either going to kill them both or he was going to kill himself.
Yeah. Everybody was going to die.
Yeah.
Or him.
And he probably would have been fine with that.
Yeah.
Because he was deranged.
He was psycho.
Fucking
He was
deranged.
pretty psycho. He's pretty psycho. I don't know how we're going to tag team this.
Yeah, go ahead. Go next.
Is it my turn?
Because I just threw like 3 in a row out there.
Okay. My next one. What I like... I wrote something. I don't know what this means.
Uh-oh.
So I'm going to say that.
These are always good, though. These are always good, though.
Whoa.
When you're like, I wrote it, I don't know what it means.
Yeah,
It's always good.
I don't know. I don't know. Either way. So I'm going to say a different one because I don't know what it means. It sounds dumb. This one. The scientist subtly saying his powers. I like that part. When she was like... She talked about the webbing. She talked about the spider sense. She talked about the invisibility, which he didn't learn this time. She talked about the jumping. How come he can jump so far? Like if you want to talk about a superhero movie explaining a person's powers, this is it. Yeah. And then after that, he did a couple of little web slinging things, and then now there's no other explanation.
Yeah,
like that's how you explain in a movie the powers of a superhero. And I thought it was just. Wow. It was delicious. It was delicious. It was a delicious moment, and it was great. And that's I don't know why, but that's one of my likes, and I love it. I thought it was great. The other one, I said had a bite. I don't know what that means.
When he comes home from the science thing after he gets hit by the spider, like you haven't eaten, like you haven't had a bite to eat or something. Like he was going upstairs.
Oh, was that
it?
Okay,
I think so.
What was it?
Yeah, he's like, had a bite.
I like that part.
Yeah, he's like, had a bite. I think you like cracked up.
I think I did.
I think I groaned a little bit.
I did. Because he was like, what did he say? Because it was Uncle Ben. He was like, you want a bite? I think I already had a bite. I was like, this is great. I love it. Okay, thank you. Yeah, so it's good. You're right. It's always good. Okay, you go.
I wouldn't want to fight me neither.
I wouldn't want to fight. You just sent me a meme about that yesterday.
It was hilarious.
Or was it today? Yesterday.
Yeah, it was yesterday. Tobey Maguire was Anakin. Or Tobey Maguire was Obi-Wan. And Flash Thompson was Anakin. He's like, I don't want to kill you, Anakin. I wouldn't want to kill me neither. Hilarious. So good. That scene is good.
Yeah,
because
the Flash Thompson scene was great.
He just like senses an ass beating incoming and everything, like the paper airplane, the spitball, everything just like slows down, and then he just like slow mo dodges the punches. It just makes a fucking clown out of him. Good. Like, Harry, go help him. Which one? After like the other dude jumps in. After the other dude jumps in to help Flash kick his ass, and they both just
he does like 3 backflips in the air.
Yeah, and he's like, you're on your own, buddy, and dips out. Because exactly, I've never tried to fight anyone in my life.
Fair.
If I get in a ring of people to fight someone and they do like a triple, even a single backflip, I'm just going to leave.
Yeah, there's no need for me here.
I'll go over there and practice falling down because I don't need to get my ass kicked in front of a million people.
Right. I am far out of my league.
Nope.
And I can't talk about it.
Nope.
Yep. I agree. Listen, I already know.
No. No. That's it.
All right.
Yours?
The same scene. But right before, when he catches Mary Jane, he actually did that. I learned that
the lunch tray thing.
Yes,
I was gonna say that later. Yeah,
I learned.
It's like they said they put like a super sticky thing on the lunch tray.
Yes,
and he just like kept doing it until he got it right.
It was. I wanted to find out how many takes it was, so I did look that up. But I knew this before watching this movie. This time I didn't know it at the time, but I learned it a couple years ago. But it was 156 takes.
Damn.
Could you imagine?
No.
I'd be pissed.
No.
Like after 2, I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna get this
because I watched.
This is impossible.
Yeah. I watched an outtake thing of Scott Pilgrim vs. the World where he throws the Amazon package over his shoulder, and it took them like 30,
like 30
something,
or 40,
like 30 something takes to do that.
Too, and I loved it because when he got it, everybody was like, "Hey!" I was like, he probably was so fucking.
I love the one time he missed it, or like he dropped the pen. He's like, imagine if I had made it and then I dropped the fucking pen. I thought that would have been hilarious.
Exactly.
But yeah, like 150 some takes. You said.
Yeah, 156.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
Good for him.
No.
I just love that was not done with special effects. That was just him
Yes.
being good at acting, apparently.
Same.
At that, at least.
Yeah,
good at catching sticky stuff on a tray.
Yeah, fair.
That was good.
Listen, I've done some things in my life where I'm like, why wasn't there a camera here?
Same.
And I've been like, well, I gotta tell somebody, and I will tell somebody.
And everyone's gonna think I'm full of shit, but
and I don't care because at least I said it. I got it out.
I knew it.
So yeah, that's my like.
Nice. Bruce Campbell.
Bruce Campbell.
Real fast.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna be in all of them. He's gonna be a like in all of them.
What is he in the third one?
I think he's a snooty waiter.
He is a waiter when he goes to propose. You're absolutely correct. I forgot about that.
Yes. He's the ring announcer. He's like, oh, what's your name, kid? I'm the human spider. What? That's the best you got? That sucks. The Amazing Spider-Man. Come on. Bruce Campbell. He's a like. He's a like.
I love it. No, definitely. Bruce Campbell's great. He's greatness. Okay. Gaining his powers montage. That whole thing. One of the honestly, if I'm thinking about superhero movies from my time, so from the 80s till now, from the 80s up until this movie, can you think of a movie that has a montage of them testing their powers?
Shazam. Up
until this movie.
Oh, not really.
Because I'm thinking of Batman. No.
Didn't have any.
X-Men.
They already had theirs. The only person who was shown to be discovering their powers in the first movie, at least, was Rogue.
Yes.
And she almost killed somebody. There was no, look at me go.
Yes.
She was like, oh shit, I almost killed my boyfriend. Absolutely. I should leave my life behind.
Yep. So I really can't think of one. Yeah. Let me think.
I didn't see the old Superman movies. Did they have those in that?
So that's what I mean by Into My Time. I've never seen them.
Okay. I don't know if we were counting those.
Well, they made in the 70s.
Okay.
Listen, 80s is a stretch. 70s is a no-go.
I was trying to think of like other superhero movies that had been made around then.
The only one I can think of, and it's not really a popular movie, is Meteor Man, and that's and I think Blank Man, but he wasn't a superhero. But besides that, this was like the first time, and to show him doing that, and it was funny, it was hilarious, it was amazing, and it just showed what he can do, and I was just like, this is great, and I just like it. I just like that part of it, and I like that it was one of the first movies I can remember that had that. Some of them are kind of dumb, but some movies that do it now are kind of dumb, but
like Shazam.
Shazam.
I know you didn't really like it. I wouldn't have minded it as much if it hadn't been in all the fucking trailers.
Facts. Because that movie wasn't.
I know they didn't put all of them in all the trailers, but a lot of it was in the trailers.
They kind of did. A
lot of it was in the trailers.
They even showed him dancing in the trailer.
Yeah, doing the floss or whatever the shit it was. I was like,
dance.
Yep.
They showed it.
I think he hated it then too.
Same, but also
to be fair.
Oh, okay. I had this in parentheses, and it was part of it. He says Shazam.
Yes.
When he goes and does the thing, actually. Speaking of,
he says Shazam.
Hilarious.
And Jay Jonah says Doctor Strange. Oh, no, that's the next movie. Sorry. Spoiler alert.
Okay.
Oops.
What you got next?
My next like is Uncle Ben. I liked Uncle Ben in this movie.
Okay.
Because, I don't know, he's just a wholesome father figure who didn't want to do anything to hurt anybody. Fair. And he called him Michelangelo, which I thought was hilarious because he wasn't talking about the turtle.
He was not.
He was talking about the painter. And he just wanted help painting the kitchen, and he didn't help him. Nope. But he still left him dinner in the oven.
Well, you ain't got to worry about it now.
Nope.
Not because he's dead.
No, because he's dead.
Well, that also. But because, the goblin blew up the house.
He won't be painting any kitchens where he's at.
Yeah. Then she got it rebuilt.
Yep.
She ran out of money.
I guess.
They got foreclosed, so.
By Joel McHale.
Spoiler alert.
I bought the bank.
They put her out. Right. Same. Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, I liked Uncle Ben. With great power comes great responsibility, which I just learned before we started recording, wasn't actually first said by him in the comics. It was like a little text box, and then they went back and said that he said it, which, do what you do.
I mean, hey, you're the creator.
He's like an important part of Spider-Man.
Yes.
And I liked seeing him. And then I am also glad that eventually they didn't feel the need to keep showing us him in the newer Spider-Man movies.
The
Tom Holland
two,
ones.
yes.
Yeah.
Because
they did it again in Amazing Spider-Man, and then in the newer ones, they were like, "Yeah, you know the game."
Right.
Also, Uncle Ben would have been like 38. It's could have been weird.
Facts.
Like this guy probably could have survived that attack. I don't know, maybe not. But yeah, I liked Uncle Ben in this. He was just very sweet, very wholesome. Kind of reminded me of like a grandpa figure. I thought it was nice. I thought he was a nice man. I thought he was a nice man.
Facts. I have two more. One, Dr. Connor's reference. Thought it was great. I was like, ooh, okay. Get me there. They never got me there.
Not all the way.
Take me there, but I'll
Bomb.
What's your name? Ben? Don't like that. J-Shot.
Jello shot. J-Shot. You think about that, J-Shot?
Either way. Yeah, Dr. Connor reference. I loved it. I know we'll talk about the next movie. But yeah, Dr. Connor reference. That's it. That's all I need to talk about.
Very good.
What do you got next?
You might not like it.
Uh-oh.
Spider-Man kiss. Yeah. I like it because I do it with my fiance Megan. Like if she's leaning back on the couch or something, she's like, Spider-Man kiss? And I'm like, all right. It's because we call it the Spider-Man kiss. And I think that's funny because it's stupid.
I love you guys. I think you guys are so cute.
But you hate us.
If I saw it, I just throw up.
Spider-Man kiss. I like it. It's kind of funny. I know it's cheesy as shit, but I liked it.
Yeah. Okay. Fair.
We'll see if I like it in the next one. Your turn.
It's okay. Spider-Man kiss is your Superman, whatever it is. That's what it is. The worst thing about this movie.
They didn't make a million Spider-Man kiss movies though.
Did they not? I feel like it's in every goddamn movie.
It's at least two.
Not like it, but like, ooh, let me kiss the superhero. Man, sir, thank you for saving me, but go, please.
Right.
We don't need to.
How can I repay you?
How can I know you're handsome?
Money would be nice.
Like, because I saved your life, now I'm in love with you? That's not how saving lives work.
Worked for her.
Every doctor would be in love with every patient, or vice versa.
It worked for MJ.
Either way, next up. It's campy.
Yes.
And it's not the whole thing isn't campy. Let me tell you who's especially campy. Green Goblin.
Yes.
Green Goblin.
Yes.
When they first meet Green Goblin, like the actual suit, he goes to kill the board because they just voted Norman Osborn off the board.
Yes.
He flies up through a parade. They're like, oh, what is that? Oh, it's our glider. Then he flies around another building. And it's like, okay. Then he flies around a little bit more. Then he throws a grenade. And then he kind of fights Spider-Man. I don't know what they were doing up there, but they were fighting a little bit. And then Spider-Man's underneath his glider, because I forgot what he was doing. But he punches through his control panel, rips out the cords, and then he spins off screen like a comic book.
Like, I'll be back, Spider-Man.
And I was like, this is beautiful.
It was really campy.
He did it again later. I don't know if it was a fire scene. It was either the fire scene or it was something else, but like he does something and Spider-Man leaves. What was it? Shit. But he does something. He's fighting Spider-Man, or he's talking to Spider-Man or something, and Spider-Man leaves, and he didn't leave, and he's like, "I'm gonna get you," and I'm like, "This is hilarious." And only William Dafoe could do it.
Yeah, he was so good
because he was so deranged in this movie.
Yes,
that he would speak like that because he's psycho.
Yes.
So yes, you go.
All right, I have one last like. All right, my last like is Peter Parker / Spider-Man. Because
I probably should like him, but
there's still time.
I will just agree with your like.
Because barring,
because he was young,
MCU like movies only, Captain America is my favorite superhero. Like Marvel comic superhero. Mm-hmm. Everything put together, my favorite Marvel comic superhero is probably Spider-Man.
Fair.
Because the 90s cartoon, amazing. Mm-hmm. These movies, amazing. Mm-hmm. The following movies, pretty much amazing. I'm not saying that as a pun. I played some very good Spider-Man video games. Spider-Man's just awesome to me.
Did you ever play the new Spider-Man on PlayStation?
The Miles Morales one? Not yet. Or the one right before that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Was it good?
It was very good.
I don't think I played it.
It was really good. And Miles is in it. You don't get to play as him, but like he shows up, and then eventually, I'm guessing Peter dies in the next one. Is my guess, because he doesn't die at the end of the first one.
We should talk about video games, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I have no idea.
You know who does die at the end of the first one? Spoiler alert.
Of
the game. Aunt May.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah.
Never played it.
Yeah. Aunt May dies. And the final boss is Dr. Octopus. It's pretty cool. Because, like, through the whole movie, Peter's his, like, research assistant. Game. Peter's just, like, research assistant. And, like, you have little mini games you have to do on the side. They're, like, little puzzles to help him do his research. And slowly, like, you get these, like, audio logs sent to you from him. And you listen to him. And, like, you can tell he's starting to lose his mind. And it's fucking cool. But
Who kills Aunt May?
If I remember right, they release a virus into either like the water supply or just like directly into the air in New York City. And Spider-Man has the vaccine, or like the base of the vaccine, and he was like, you can either give it to Aunt May and save her, or you can like use it to synthesize more for the city. And she's like, are you really having trouble deciding this, Peter? Even though he's dressed as Spider-Man at her fucking bedside.
Oh.
Yeah, she knows who he is eventually. Yeah. She ain't no dummy. So, yeah, it was good.
No ghost.
But yeah, Spider-Man's probably my favorite overall superhero.
Okay.
Because I'm not counting the Ninja Turtles in there.
Fair.
But Marvel comic superhero, definitely Spider-Man.
He was always
altogether
just Spider-Man. Because he had like the cartoon and
he always had a lot of stuff going.
Yeah, he did.
Like back in the 60s, he had the cartoon, like the Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends cartoon. Like he was doing it from. They had Spider-Man out there from way back. Time. I just always thought he was cool.
No, I agree.
Because he started out as a nerd, and you know, like all of us do, eventually we all get superpowers and get to beat up our bullies. Still waiting on that part, but you know. But no, I like Peter Parker. I thought, I've had this argument with people, discussion, because I'm a civilized man. I don't have arguments. I have loud discussions.
Especially not about Starburst.
I have aggressive discussions with a lightsaber. I feel that Tobey Maguire played a very, very good Peter Parker. Mm-hmm. I don't think he played a bad Spider-Man, but I thought he played a great Peter Parker.
There are better Spider-Mans out there.
Yes.
Yes. There are better Peter Parkers out there? Are we saying that too?
I feel like if you want to do like one or the other, it's my opinion that Tobey Maguire was the best Peter Parker.
Yes.
Andrew Garfield, like solely Peter Parker. Andrew Garfield did his best as Spider-Man. And Tom Holland is like good at both. I feel like he does a good blend.
Both, yeah. Okay.
Yes, that's my opinion.
Yeah, I was trying to say that, and then because I realized I said it wrong, that's why I stopped. Because I was like, no, because I was gonna say, yeah, Tom Holland is a better Peter Parker, but then I was like, oh, he's a better Spider-Man than Andrew Garfield, and I'm like, no, because then he'd be the best Spider-Man. I'm not saying he's not the best, but he's not the best. But I guess he's the best overall.
Tom Holland?
Yeah,
I'd say so. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
I feel like he strikes the best balance.
Yeah, that's fair. Because he does a really good. Yeah, you're right. He does a really good Peter Parker, and just the being a whatever, like you said, kind of a nerd, kind of shy, kind of whatever.
Yeah.
Then the wisecracking part, and also the not knowing part when he first became Spider-Man was really good.
Yeah.
Especially about everything, like him being a hero, like not knowing how to use his powers, and then when he was talking to Troy, he was like. He was like, you never did this before, have you? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I was like, ooh, this is good. But yeah, you're correct. I agree.
That's my last like. It's just Peter Parker. Peter Parker specifically in this, but overall Spider-Man. Okay. Because I love Spider-Man.
That's fair.
And I wrote the lunch tray scene. I wrote that down, but we already talked about how amazing it is.
Yeah, facts.
And the fact that he hit like a 30-year-old man in the back of the head with a lunch tray.
Also fair.
Who was also in high school.
Yeah. No, he was older than Flash in real life.
So, okay, well then Toby was like 35 then.
Yes. that's more than fair to me.
That's mine.
Okay, well, I'm done with my likes as well.
Oh, okay.
So let's go to dislikes.
Okay.
Do you want to go first or you want me to go first? I feel like we probably can't tag team these.
No?
Or we can. Fuck it, whatever, let's do it.
Okay. You go first, though.
Mary Jane.
Okay. I'll agree, honestly.
I don't like her. I just don't
fair.
like Kirsten Dunst. I liked her in Jumanji. I liked her in Bring It On, too, because she was annoying.
Didn't see it.
It's a great movie.
Definitely saw Jumanji, but I didn't see it for her. I saw it for Robin Williams.
Fair.
And...
Well, she was a kid.
Well, fair.
So
was I.
No, I'm just saying, like, she was fine in it. Like, I didn't hate her because I liked the movie. And Bring It On had her, Gabrielle Union, Paul Rudd.
Ooh.
Oh, no, not Paul Rudd. He was in Clueless. Sorry. I lied. It was a good movie, though. It was funny. It was an early 2000s movie, high school movie.
Paul Rudd, though.
He wasn't in it. He was in Clueless. I apologize.
Didn't see that either.
He was great in Clueless.
Was he clueless?
No.
Okay.
Alicia Silverstone, Batgirl was.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. You never seen Clueless?
Nope.
She played the high school preppy, white girl. Like that was her thing. So that's how she became like famous. But yeah, that was her thing. She was just like, oh, like a valley girl or whatever, that whole stereotype or whatever it is. But that was her. Her, Stacey Dash, Turk, and Paul Rudd was in that movie. Yes, I'm trying to think who else was in that movie. I feel like there's somebody else I know. Oh, Brittany Murphy was in that movie.
Oh,
yeah, she was in that movie. I'm trying to think. It was somebody else. I don't remember who else was in that movie, but Clues was fun.
Was William Shatner in it at some point, or am I thinking of a different movie?
I don't think so. If he was, he probably was a teacher. But if he was, I don't know. I don't know what. Yeah, no clue. Because I only remember the parts with the people I named.
Okay.
So, and I barely knew who Paul Rudd was. I didn't know who Paul Rudd was when I saw it. Because like I have older sisters, so that's I've seen it because whatever, one TV in the house, blah 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 situation. So I like it. Turk was funny in it. He was hilarious. So
Turk.
From Scrubs.
Oh, okay. Donald Faison.
Yeah.
Dr. Gravity.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was in it. He was Stacey Dash's boyfriend. He was funny as shit. He had braces. It was hilarious. They were all like adults, but they were in high school. So, same old same. It was great. Great times. Back to Mary Jane, though. She's a liability.
Yeah.
And I don't care about her. She doesn't deserve to be liked by Spider-Man. And she is liked and loved by Spider-Man. She did 3 movies.
And Harry.
Where she doesn't deserve it. Yeah, absolutely not. Like, she was with Flash. Okay, cool. You're with an idiot.
And Flash, yeah.
She was with Flash. So she was dumb, blah, blah, blah. He dumps her, right?
Yeah.
Literally, Spider-Man comes to her aid. Peter Parker comes to her aid. And then two months later, she's dating Harry.
Yeah.
And then they keep that a secret while they're living together?
Yeah, somehow.
I was like, okay.
While she's keeping her job secret from Harry because she's worried he's going to look down on her.
Same.
A man who's apparently never worked a day in his life.
Never in his life. And not only that, and he's super rich, but he's not taking care of her.
I guess.
But then he looks down on her for not having money.
Right.
To work in a shitty job. And then Peter Parker's like, she's like, hey, don't tell Harry. He's like, why would I not tell Harry? Because we're seeing each other. So she doesn't even know that Harry's hiding it from her. Yeah. But she hasn't been over to the house. Because here's the thing. If you date somebody, especially if you're dating as much as they say they were, I'm going to want to come over to your house.
Especially if you got your own place. Like, if you're not living in your dad's mansion anymore.
Same. In a place that your dad is renting.
Right.
Upper East Side or Upper Manhattan.
That 2 unemployed recent high school graduates can't afford, apparently on their own.
And so, literally, they're like, hey, why wouldn't I come to your house, your apartment,
right,
with my boyfriend and also the guy I lived next door to since I was 6. Why would I never come to your apartment over the months?
Why have I never been invited over?
What? Same. So to me, she's an idiot for that. And then the fact that she was going back and forth between Harry and Peter, that was dumb.
Yeah.
She's annoying most of the time. Every time she's on the screen, I hate her.
Yeah,
I'm just like, ugh. I don't know what it is. I know what it is, but I'm just like, and she's a liability. That's the real big issue. She's always in trouble, and she always not only just in trouble, but she's always like, oh, I need help. Hey, Spider-Man, let me kiss you. Wait a minute. And then at the end of the movie, she kisses Peter Parker. She's like, Peter, I really wanted to see you. I was thinking about you, not who I thought I was going to think about, but it was you. Come along, afterthought. And then she kisses him, and he goes, they spend a whole another 2 minutes on the conversation. I love you as a friend. I'll always be there for you. Blah, blah. And he walks away. And then all of a sudden she goes, my lips kiss your, like, I kiss the lips and kiss your lips. Like, what? Like, how did you, like, it took 2 minutes for you to realize that you kissed Spider-Man?
Yeah.
And then she acted like she didn't even know in the second one, spoiler alert. But she thought about it in the first one?
She had to see him for sure.
Annoyed.
That's
She's
fair.
just annoying.
She's a goon.
It's the worst. But guess who dies in the next one? Not the next one, but the next series. Not her.
Yep.
She could have failed on that well.
She's not even in the Amazing Spider-Man movies, is she?
She shouldn't be. Unless she was there to take place of Gwen dying. Either way, I'm done. I get sad thinking about her not.
I know. And you're going to have to watch it, too.
Oh, yeah, that too.
Aren't you?
I was saying I get sad thinking about her not dying.
Oh.
And,
Watch that also.
And then thinking about Gwen Stacy dying, yeah. It's fair. My girl, Emma.
Yes.
Either way, what you got?
Next. I wrote down the Goblin's death. Because...
Interesting.
Yeah, he was crazy, but he didn't have an exit strategy.
Yeah.
He was either going to die, because when that glider, he had that glider rigged up to come from behind Spider-Man and impale him. And then Spider-Man gets out of the way and he just says, oh.
Well, he was hurt. He couldn't move.
Yeah. So he was going to die. Like, Goblin, like, he was...
Oh, you're saying if Spider-Man had to move?
Yeah, like, when Spider-Man gets out of the way, he's like, oh. Like, what did you think was going to happen? You thought the thing was just going to stop right before it killed you?
Oh, so you're saying that you think, and I get why you think that, so you think that it's going to hit Spider-Man and then keep going till it...
Yes.
Got you. Okay. Got you.
I definitely think that because it was going full speed and it didn't stop. It didn't miss Spider-Man. And then he was like, no, beep, didn't stop. It was like, I'm going to kill him. Oh.
Yeah.
And then it gets me. He was going to die either way. And I don't know, and this isn't going to be another Han Solo thing. I find it hard to believe that a villain would willingly kill himself just to kill the good guy.
I don't.
In this instance, I do.
Yeah,
because he was like, join me or I'm going to kill you. At no point did his previous ultimatums come down to kill me or I kill you, or I just give up and kill myself.
I don't think he thought he was going to die. I think that's the part.
That's fair.
I don't think he was like, yeah, I'm going to kill us both. I just think he was like, I'm gonna get him.
Yeah.
And I think his like it's like Batman. Okay, I'm here to capture just you. Oh shit, everybody else is dying. I forgot about that. You know what I mean? Like, this is all I'm thinking about. I think he had tunnel vision.
That's fair.
And he was like, I'm gonna kill Spider-Man. Oh shit, it's not working the way I thought.
Yeah.
Because
that's fair.
All criminals are masterminds. So when it goes awry, they're like, I didn't think about this.
That's fair.
I just think it was something. But you can dislike it. I'm cool.
I'm gonna give it a dislike only because Norman Osborn has been shown to be a smart man. He's somewhat of a scientist himself. He made like the Goblin serum.
Yeah.
Like, he was a smart guy. He made that fucking.
But was Green Goblin smart?
He's definitely crazy. I don't know karate, but I know crazy. I feel like
I do not like puns. I don't get
know.
it.
I don't know. I like them when I like them.
Fair. I got a joke I'm going to tell you later.
I like them when
you're going to hate it.
I am liking them.
That's fair. I got a joke I'm going to tell you. You're going to hate it.
Peach iced tea. You're going to hate it. All right. So Goblin Death is a dislike. I agree with you on MJ. I think she's a bum. I'm going to throw a mini dislike on Harry Osborn because nothing partially against James Franco in this role, at least. I think he's kind of a goon. I don't think he really added much to the proceedings. Okay. I thought his character was kind of a doofus who was very quick to be like, "Oh, hey, Pete, we've been friends since the 4th grade. I don't like you because we like the same girl and she might choose you. And my dad likes you a little more. I hate you, but you're still my best friend. But I hate you secretly."
Did he really hate Peter, or did he hate Spider-Man?
I mean, he was growing. Every time Willem Dafoe was like, "Oh, Peter, I'm so proud of you," he was catching some side eye from Harry.
Fair.
And I didn't like
it. I thought so. I get it. I thought he was a great Harry. Mm-hmm. He was a rich, spoiled brat.
He's a poor little rich kid.
Wanted all the attention.
Yeah.
And I think he nailed it.
And he wasn't Spider-Man.
And I think he probably acts like that in real life. So, yes, I think he nailed it. I was like,
because everyone likes Dave Franco more?
Yeah, I'd say I do like Dave Franco.
Do you?
Yeah, absolutely.
What about the, not a member of the Franco family, but I could be convinced otherwise, Jay Baruchel, who looks like pretty much just like them both.
Does he?
Kinda.
He looks like the evil, stepbrother Quasimodo type Franco.
They kept him up in the attic or some shit.
Seriously, yeah.
Like, oh, company's coming.
Like on Simpsons?
Yeah.
Yes.
Company's coming. Go upstairs.
Yes, because he doesn't. I mean, I think he's, not to judge anybody because it's whatever, but I am. I don't think he's ugly to me. Like compared to James and Dave Franco.
I'm not gonna leap to anybody's defense except for in this movie I'd leap to the Macho Man's defense.
That's fair. But I'm just saying
he wouldn't need it though.
If we had to line those three up and somebody had to tell me rank them handsome to not, it would go. I don't know what it would go. But
that's fair.
He would be last.
It's fair.
Jay Baruchel.
He's like the great value.
Yes.
Francos.
Yes. Absolutely.
He's like the Kmart of Francos. Yes.
Because have you ever seen This Is the End?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He was also a douchebag in that too, Jay Baruchel.
Man, we were all kind of assholes in that movie.
Yeah, for sure. But he was like, man, I don't really like these people. Like he was the outcast.
He's the office pariah and everybody hates him.
I love Dave Franco though because he was in Superbad, and he was in Now You See Me. I think it's called Now You See Me. Yeah, the
Magician movie.
So good. Morgan Freeman, the Hulk.
Lou Ferrigno?
No.
Oh,
the new one. I can't think of his name.
Edward Norton?
No. Damn it! What's his name? I know you know it. Mark Ruffalo.
Yes, I was like, I know you say, I know you know it. And I was blanking really bad.
Michael Caine's in it.
Oh,
yeah,
Michael Caine.
So it's Morgan Freeman, Michael Caine,
Alfred.
Is Anna Hathaway? I was about to say the whole Dark Knight crew. Dave Franco. What's the one girl? What's her name? She was on. Oh, you didn't watch New Girl. Okay, she was in Mean Girls. I know that.
I didn't see that either.
Yeah, so I was gonna say I couldn't think of her name, but then Woody Harrelson's in it.
Ooh,
and then Lex Luthor's in it.
Jesse Eisenberg. No way. So I was gonna say not Kevin Spacey.
Yeah, and
the good one.
Common's in it. It's a good show. It's a good movie.
I think I remember you telling me that. Didn't you say they made 2 of them? Yeah.
The second one's just as good. So good. Either way. Is it my turn?
Yes. I'm out of dislikes.
Oh, are you?
Yes.
Oh, I have a couple.
Let's do it.
I have a couple. Green Goblin's monologue when he's talking to Peter Parker, I was falling asleep. I was like, this is boring. Like when he kidnapped him and he was like, you should join him. I was like, this is
We're not so different, you and I.
Yeah.
Love it.
I found him monologuing I didn't care. There were a couple parts in the movie I was just like, okay, get back to Spider-Man. Get back to the web slinging. Get back to the fighting.
Get back to the thwipping.
That was great. The caption
THWIP.
reminded me of it's Into the Spider-Verse. Money. That was that. I just didn't care. Next, I don't care about the kiss. That's what I wrote. Don't care about the kiss.
Hated it.
I literally looked away because I was like, and then I thought they only kissed. They were tonguing it, and I was like, ugh. Can we not? These are grown adults. Hated it. Next dislike, Batman Forever ripoff ending. It's not really a ripoff, I guess. But it's a ripoff for me. Batman Forever at the end, you have, not Christian Bale, what's his name? Val Kilmer. You have the Riddler up top. He shows Meridian Chase, Nicole Kidman, and then he shows Robin. He's like, you can only save one of them. What are you gonna do? And then he drops them both down the hall, down a well, into some jagged rocks, and it's hilarious. Jim Carrey's the best. He is the best. By the way, had a conversation yesterday with a friend of ours. I'm not gonna say her name, but she was like, I don't really like Jim Carrey. I was like, oh. She was like, well, I liked him in The Mask. I was like, yeah, that's good. She was like, what else she say? Well, I liked him in Dumb and Dumber. I was like, yeah. Oh, I also liked him in this. I was like, okay.
Wait, a friend of ours. Did this person just tell you that they love the new Mortal Kombat movie?
No.
Okay.
Kimmy. No.
Okay.
Kimmy's good. But it did start with a K. Yeah. So she was like, then she started naming all the things she liked with him. And I was like, yep. And I was like, this is the same conversation. And I was just like,
I'm going to talk to her next time I see her about this.
I looked at my girlfriend and was like,
if I remember, I'm going to talk to her about this.
I was like, girl.
I'm like, what's your favorite Jim Carrey movie?
Sounds like you like Jim Carrey. She's like, well, I just started liking him. She was like, but I don't usually.
Well, maybe she can get there then.
I was like,
maybe she can get there.
But it sounds like you like him. Yeah.
Maybe she can get there.
Maybe. But so yeah, that was it. So because he drops the cab or the, I don't know what you call those things. Not a cab. What was it?
I don't know, like a gondola type thing, like a little car.
It was weird. I didn't think they had those in New York. Maybe they do.
I've never been.
Same. But he drops a cable car full of cable car.
Yeah, there it is. Damn.
That came out of nowhere. Because I was thinking of the cable, and I was like, it's kind of...
It's on the tip of your tongue.
It makes sense. Like, I don't know if those things are called, but it has a cable, it has a car. Can't be sure.
Car, rope.
Same. But he drops the cable car, and he drops Mary Jane. And I mean, I know.
Easy choice. I was going to say, easy choice for you.
Easy. If I
None
get
of
to
them.
her, I get to.
Neither of them. Easy choice. Punch Willem Dafoe in the stomach.
Same.
It's for blowing up my aunt's house, you bastard.
So I didn't like that. My last dislike, don't tell Harry. They said that so many times throughout the film. Why is he so important and why can't he know shit? He needs to fucking grow up. I don't like that. Like at the end he said it. What's the name said it in the next fucking film? Like it was a theme, and I'm like, why are we talking about? Why do we care? Tell this motherfucker. What? Because he's gonna go crazy? His dad is psycho.
Yes.
So fuck it. Tell this motherfucker. Hey, don't tell Harry this. Don't tell Harry that. I was like, bro, why are we protecting this man? And it's like, oh, hey, don't be a shitty person. Be more like Peter. Hey, but don't tell him too much. I was just like, dude, I'll stop it. Don't tell Harry. Fuck off. I'd have been like, I'm telling Harry today. I would have dropped his body off at a fuck. Harry, your dad killed himself like a fucking idiot. I'm Spider-Man. Deal with it.
Yeah.
Boom.
Also, I know you fucked MJ.
Also,
Keep her.
I would think. Fair.
Or maybe you didn't. Keep her. Either way.
Either way.
I don't want her anymore.
Not at all. Okay. That's my dislikes.
Okay.
Slushie Meter.
Okay.
I'll let you go first.
Okay. 4.
Ooh, same. I'm gonna go 4 as well. It's a great movie.
I like it.
It's a great movie. It's nostalgic.
Yes,
it's
but it holds up for me.
It kind of did. I agree. Because I remember watching it. Well, not remember, but watching it just now. I was like, I remember watching this. Like, this is sweet. Like him swinging on the web throughout the city, and it only gets better.
Yeah,
that's what I told you during the movie. I was like, it gets better.
Yeah.
I remember The Amazing Spider-Man gets better. Tom Holland, it gets better. Just him going through his being Spider-Man.
Yeah.
It only gets better.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I know a lot of people don't like 3, but I'll never forget the marketing for 3 when you see your POV, you're seeing Spider-Man swing through buildings,
yes,
and he hits the glass,
yes,
and he's Venom, and I was like, this is
got that black suit Venom, on,
but
yeah.
I was just like,
I know exactly. Yep, I remember that.
Because he sticks and then he kind of backs away and
like,
looks.
Ooh, he's like, I look good.
I look good. Like it
looks so good.
Maybe you should rinse. Yes, a 4.
Easy.
Same.
This movie is solid.
Yeah.
Because if you want to say, oh, nostalgia, I will point you at a different set of movies for that one and tell you it doesn't hold up.
Mortal Kombat?
Versus a newer one. Yes.
Oh, yeah, facts.
Yes. This movie holds up for me. It's funny, it's like campy, and it's not shy about being campy. No. Because Sam Raimi did these 3 movies, and he did the Evil Dead movies, and those ones got campier and campier as they went. And also, they start Bruce Campbell.
There's nothing wrong with camping.
No,
honestly,
if you embrace it, if you embrace it and are fully aware of what you're doing with it, which a lot of comic book movies could do with a little more camp. A
little bit.
Some of them could do with a little more.
Yeah,
and some of them have just enough, and some of them, I don't know if I can name you one that I think has too much, off the top of my head at least. Hit me with one. Turtles 3.
I don't remember it. I was going to say you love it. I love it.
Or Secret of the Ooze.
It's too much, but I love it, though. Batman and Robin.
Yes, I do love it. But if I love it, I don't know if I can say it's too much because I love it.
That's fair.
Oh, my kidding, I love it. It's fucking Arnie, man.
There is a movie. I think Batman Forever combines the first 2 Batman seriousness and Batman and Robin's campiness, especially with Robin. When he comes there, they go to get Two-Face and the Riddler. They get on top of this like island, and Robin kicks the island. He goes, "Holy rusted metal, Batman!" Batman's like, "What?" He goes, "Metal, rusted metal. It's holy." And I was like, "This is great," because in the old shows, Burt Ward would just
holy insert. Any dialogue here, Batman. Yeah,
I love that. I love it. That was the best part because they embraced it, but also it was kind of serious. But they embraced it. It was just beautiful.
Yeah,
it was beautiful.
I love camp. It's funny. I enjoy it.
But I agree. You do have to embrace it. I think Ragnarok was campy.
Yeah.
I think more. It wasn't necessarily
in some respects,
campy, but it was like comedic with some seriousness in the background.
When
like Odin died.
Yeah.
So.
When Hela went through the vault, and it was like, oh, fake.
Yep.
This bitch slapped that fake ass fake looking Infinity Gauntlet. It's like, fake.
Yep.
Hilarious.
When he was on the ride in the beginning.
Yes.
And they were playing. What is it? What's it called?
Small World. Or no?
No.
Was it the fucking Willy Wonka song?
Yes.
Yeah.
I can't think of what it was. I think it's called Just an Imagination or Pure Imagination.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to sing it. I was like, Pure Imagination.
I love it.
We should watch Willy Wonka. Let me tell you why.
Gene Wilder.
Because we're going to shred it.
Shred Grandpa Joe, that piece of shit.
Yeah.
Fuck him.
Honestly, I forgot about him. We're going to shred it because the first hour of the movie is boring. It is boring. I watched it a couple years ago. I was like, oh. Fast forward to the chocolate river, please.
Yeah. Watch these kids die.
Like when I don't know if you knew this, but I read this. when he's coming out, Gene Wilder or Willy Wonka's coming out. He's walking with a cane, and then he stops and he flips. Totally on his own. It was not in the script. Nope. Everybody thought he really
amazing. Gene Wilder's another one of those guys who I just think of him like, what has he done wrong? Don't speak, because I don't want to know.
Don't tell me.
Don't tell me. Don't ruin him for me, because I think he's great.
Honestly, I thought you were referencing another movie he was in when you said "Don't speak." Hear no evil is what it's called. Yeah,
I never saw that. He's in there.
It's. I'm sorry. I think it's not here. Okay, here. Okay, there's a scary movie called that too. He's in a movie called See No Evil, Hear No Evil.
Okay. With
Richard Pryor. Yeah. I think it's something like that. It's called something like that. But yeah, that's what I thought you were referencing.
No. I just meant like if you're going to try to talk shit to me about Gene Wilder, you can go right away. You can go straight away from me, dummy.
That's fair. I get it.
Because I like him.
Either way, Spider-Man.
4.
Gave it a 4. 4 is all around.
Easy.
Cheers. Okay. That's it.
That's it.
Next week, we will be doing Spider-Man number 2. And excited. Came out in 2004. It's the sequel to this one. Then after that, we're going to do Spider-Man 3.
Yeah.
Then we're going to do The Amazing Spider-Man.
Yeah.
We're going to do The Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Yeah.
And then you don't like it?
I don't remember liking it as much.
Fair.
We'll see what happens.
Is it because of Jamie Foxx's character?
Not necessarily because of Electro, but I thought he was a dumb. I thought they did him weird.
Yeah. What about Harry?
I don't remember him as much.
Oh, yeah. He was like the little spoiled kid who tried to take over, and him and Electro got teamed up. Yeah, he became the Green Goblin. I think he died. I think he wasn't really great, honestly. He just seemed out of place almost in the movie. But him and Andrew Garfield were friends. But they didn't really show that they were friends until
he just kind of showed up.
Yeah,
because he wasn't in the first one, was he?
I don't remember.
I feel like he wasn't, or if he was, it was very brief and very minor.
I don't think he was in it. Yeah. Spider-Man, the Amazing Spider-Man 2, they kind of did what they did with Spider-Man 3.
Yeah.
They introduced like 4 or 5
They tried to do a lot.
Yeah, they did.
Too much.
It was like Electro, then it was Green Goblin. I feel like it was somebody else too. Oh, no, Lizard was in the first one.
Yeah. Rhino
was in
It was the second one. He's at the very beginning of the second one.
Yeah.
And then he was at the very end looking so good, and then they just didn't bother.
They were like, nah, we're not making another one.
Yeah, because Andrew Garfield can't get his shit together.
Is that what it was? I think I read that. I think we talked about that.
Yeah, that like he was super jet lagged.
Something
and
like
or
that.
possibly
They were
hungover
like, no, we're good.
at like a meeting out of country, and he was like, I'm not gonna make it. And they're like, you know what? Fuck this franchise.
Hey, the one that's making us a ton of money? We're not doing it.
Yeah.
Idiots.
Dumbasses.
Sony's dumb.
Honestly,
they really are.
They have their moments. Somebody cooler should buy them.
Disney?
Maybe, I don't know.
They just took all the Spider-Mans off Disney. I think Disney Plus. I think I read that somewhere.
I read a thing that they're all going to be there at some point. Or no, or it was either that or Netflix. Like Sony was making one of those, I think it might be Netflix.
I think you're right.
They were making like that's going to be like the future home. Like once all their other streaming current like contracts are up, like all of their Spider-Man movies are going to be there at some point.
I'll watch it.
Same.
Then after Amazing Spider-Man 2, we're going to do Spider-Man Homecoming.
Yeah.
Then Far From Home.
Yeah.
And then by the time we're done, hopefully the third one's out. I doubt it.
It better be. Oh man,
well, not when we're done.
It's not supposed to come out until November, so it better be out. We better be done, and it better come out in November.
Same.
Or so help me God, I will wait longer.
Are we seeing Black Widow in the theaters?
I'm down.
I think we have to.
I'm down.
I don't think it's on a streaming service.
It's if it's gonna be on the streaming service, it's gonna be the extra $30 thing, and I ain't paying that. I'd rather go see it in the theater. To be honest.
Yeah, fair. We did talk about this already.
Yeah.
Okay, well, all right, guys. Make sure you follow us on Twitter. Make sure you follow us on Instagram and YouTube. And wherever you get podcasts. At Slushie Review for everything. Anything else?
I'm spent on this one.
Same. Just in life. This is not a call for help. It's a shout. You can't just say you need help. I didn't say it. I declared it.
Oh, my life.
I just watched that one.
Same.
To why you ignorant slut. Okay, let's get out of here. This has been Keith.
And Chris.
So we'll see you next time.